Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table on a Tuesday night. You just got paid 2 days ago. Your direct deposit hit on Friday. You saw it, felt that brief wave of relief. And now, on Tuesday, you open your banking app to check your balance, and you can't figure out where $1,200 went. You didn't go on vacation. You didn't buy anything extravagant. You didn't make a single decision that felt reckless. And yet, gone. Like smoke. Now multiply that feeling by 12 months, by 5 years. By the 10 years you've been pretty good with money. The average American household will silently hemorrhage somewhere between $10,000 and $18,000 every single year. Not to emergencies, not to medical bills, not to some catastrophic event, but to one specific, devastatingly ordinary mistake. A mistake so common, so normalized, so deeply woven into how we think about money, that most people never even see it happening. They just feel the result. They feel it in the anxiety that shows up on Sunday nights. They feel it in the way a $1,000 car repair can detonate an entire month. They feel it when they're 47 years old, earning more than they ever have, and somehow still living paycheck to paycheck with a retirement account that looks like a polite suggestion rather than a real plan. You are not bad with money. You were never taught the rules of the game you're playing. And today, that changes. My name is Ava, and I've spent the better part of 17 years inside investment banks, accounting firms, and boardrooms watching brilliant, hardworking people commit this exact same $10,000 mistake over and over and over again, while wondering why they never seem to get ahead. Doctors making $280,000 who can't sleep because of their credit card balances. Software engineers pulling $100 who have $400 in savings. Dual income couples bringing home $120,000 combined and fighting about money every single month. I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm not going to tell you to shift your mindset or manifest abundance. What I am going to do is show you the unsexy, uncomfortable, brutally honest math behind why the financially normal life in 2026 is quietly making you poor, and exactly what to do about it. If that sounds like the conversation you've been waiting for someone to have with you, hit subscribe. Not because I need the numbers, but because the information in this channel is worth more than most things you're currently paying for, and it's free. So at minimum, act like it matters, because it does. Let's get into it. The binary comparison. Meet Sarah and Marcus. I want you to meet two people. Same city, Atlanta. Same age, 34. Same household income, $95,000 a year. Both renting, both with no inheritance, no trust funds, no wealthy relatives writing checks. 5 years ago, they were in almost identical financial positions. Both had about $8,000 in savings, roughly $22,000 in a 401. And the same general anxiety about money that most people in their early 30s carry around like a backpack full of bricks. Today, Sarah has a net worth of $187,000. Marcus has a net worth of $31,000. Same salary, same city, same 5 years. A $156,000 gap. This is not a story about luck. This is not a story about inheritance or privilege or timing the market. This is a story about 5 specific decisions, 5 forks in the road where Sarah zigged and Marcus sagged, and the distance between them compounded every single month since. Decision 1, the car. When Marcus's lease ended in 2021, he walked into a dealership and drove out with a new SUV, $689 a month. He justified it. He'd just gotten a promotion, his old car was unreliable, and frankly, he'd earned it. That reasoning, that's the silent heist talking. That's lifestyle creep in its most socially acceptable costume. Sarah's car needed $1,100 in repairs that same year. She paid it. She kept the car. She took the $689 she could have been spending on a car payment and redirected it every month. Decision 2, the emergency fund. Marcus had $3,000 sitting in a regular checking account, just in case. He called it his emergency fund. It wasn't. It was a target. And when his HVAC unit failed 18 months later, a $2,800 repair, he put it on a credit card because he didn't want to wipe out his savings. The interest on that card ran at 24.99% APR. That repair ended up costing him $4,300 before it was paid off. Sarah had built a real emergency fund, 3 months of expenses, sitting in a high-yield savings account at 4.6%, separated from her checking with enough friction built in that she couldn't tap it impulsively. When her car broke down and she had a surprise medical bill in the same month, she didn't flinch, she didn't touch a credit card, she absorbed it and moved on. Decision 3, the raise. Both Sarah and Marcus got 7% raises in 2022. Marcus upgraded his apartment. Nicer unit, $340 more per month in rent. He told himself he deserved it. That's not the issue. The issue is that he spent his future to decorate his present. Sarah got the same raise and did something that felt almost boring. She increased her 401k contribution by 3% and set up an automatic transfer of $250 per month into a brokerage account. She didn't feel the raise in her lifestyle. She felt it in her net worth. Decision 4, the subscription creep. Over 5 years, Marcus accumulated $340 per month in subscription services. Streaming, food delivery, gym memberships he used occasionally, premium apps, SiriusXM, and a car he drove 11 miles to work. None of these felt like mistakes. All of them, together, quietly added up to $4,080 a year, roughly $20,400 over 5 years, in recurring charges that delivered entertainment but built zero wealth. Sarah audited her subscriptions once a year with what she calls a financial ruthlessness review. Anything she hadn't actively used in 90 days was canceled immediately. Her total monthly subscriptions, $67. Decision 5, the investment inertia. This one is the killer. Marcus had a 401k from a previous employer, $14,000 sitting in a target date fund that he hadn't touched in 4 years. He knew he should roll it over. He kept meaning to. It sat there in a default fund with a 0.82% expense ratio, slowly being eaten alive by fees he never saw because they didn't show up as a line item. Sarah rolled over every retirement account the moment she changed jobs. She put everything into low-cost index funds with expense ratios under 0.05%. The difference in fees alone, hundreds of thousands of dollars over a career. Not thousands, hundreds of thousands, same salary, same city. 5 decisions, $156,000 gap. The unsexy math. The reframe let me show you what's actually happening underneath the surface. Because this is where most personal finance content fails you. They tell you what to do without showing you the actual cost of not doing it. Here is the $10,000 mistake broken down, the opportunity cost calculation. The average American with a car payment in $2,262 per month. I want you to sit with that number for a second. $772 every month, month after month, for 5, 6, 7 years. That's $772 invested monthly in a boring, unsexy S&P 500 index fund at a historical average return of 10% becomes $189,000 over 15 years. Over 20 years, it becomes $582,000. Over 30 years, which is the timeline you should be thinking in, that single car payment redirected to an index fund becomes $1.73 million. You did not buy a car. You bought a $1.73 million liability. Now let's layer in what I call the silent heist, the $340 per month in subscription and lifestyle creep that Marcus was carrying. That's $4,080 per year. Invested over 30 years at 10%, another $762,000 gone. Add in the cost of carrying a 24.99% APR credit card balance, which 46% of American cardholders do, according to 2026 data, and you are looking at a system that is specifically engineered to transfer wealth out of your household and into someone else's. This is not bad luck. This is math. And math doesn't care about your feelings or your justifications or the fact that everyone around you is doing the same thing. The 8-4-3 rule of compound interest. I need to talk about something that is almost never explained correctly. Most people think of compound interest as a straight line. You put money in, it grows steadily, you end up with more. That's not how it works. Compound interest is backloaded. It is radically, disproportionately backloaded. Here's what this means in practice. If you invest $500 per month starting today at 10% annual returns, here's what happens. In the first 8 years, your money roughly doubles. In the next 4 years, it doubles again. In the 3 years after that, it doubles again. The growth accelerates. The machine gets faster. But here's the brutal truth. This only works if you start. The person who starts investing at 24 and the person who starts at 34 are not playing the same game. They are not even on the same field. A 24-year-old who invests $200 per month and stops entirely at age 32, 8 years of contributions, then nothing, will have more money at 65 than a 34-year-old who invests $200 per month for 31 consecutive years without stopping. Let me say that again because it sounds wrong, but it is mathematically airtight. 8 years of early investing beats 31 years of late investing. This is the cruelest, most important truth in personal finance. Time is not just an asset, it is the asset. And the $10,000 mistake isn't just losing $10,000 this year, it is losing the compounded version of that $10,000 over the next 3 decades. Every year you delay costs you not linearly, but exponentially. The quietly broke trap in 2206, you can earn $140,000 a year and feel financially suffocated. This is not a paradox. This is the logical outcome of lifestyle inflation running on steroids. The quietly broke phenomenon specifically targets high earners, households pulling between $100,000 and $500,000, who have inflated their lives to precisely match their incomes, leaving zero margin. These are people who look wealthy from the outside, the car, the apartment, the vacations on Instagram, and feel broke on the inside. They are carrying golden handcuffs. Their lifestyle is so expensive that they cannot afford to take a pay cut, change careers, walk away from a toxic job, take a risk, or absorb a single unexpected expense without the whole structure wobbling. This is not a high-income problem. This is a savings rate problem. And the fix is not to earn more. The fix is to let the wealth engine do its job, which it cannot do if you're consuming everything it produces before it has a chance to compound. The algorithm, your 4-step roadmap, I'm going to give you exactly what to do, not concepts, not motivation. A 4-step algorithm you can start executing this week. Step 1, liquidity is oxygen, build it first. Before you invest a single dollar in the market, you need an emergency fund with a capital E. Not $500 in your checking account, not a credit card with available balance. An actual dedicated liquid emergency fund equal to 3 to 6 months of your real monthly expenses, including rent, food, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, and yes, subscriptions you haven't canceled yet. This goes in a high-yield savings account, not your regular bank. In 2026, the best high-yield savings accounts are paying between 4.2% and 4.8% APY. If your money is sitting in a big bank savings account earning 0.01%, you are committing what I call financial suicide in slow motion. Move it. This account needs friction, meaning it should not be linked to your debit card, it should not have a same-day transfer to your checking, and you should not be looking at it as spending money. It is your fortress. You build it, you protect it, and you only breach it for genuine emergencies. Step 2, eliminate the bleeding. Before you optimize your investments, you need to stop the leak. Do a subscription audit this week. Open your bank statements and your credit card statements for the past 90 days and mark every recurring charge, every single one. Then ask yourself one question about each. Am I actively, regularly using this, and does it measurably improve my life? If the answer is not a clear yes, cancel it. Today. Not next month, today. Then look at your biggest fixed expenses: housing, transportation, insurance. These are where the real money hides. If your rent or mortgage is consuming more than 28% of your gross income, you are in the yellow zone. If it's consuming more than 36%, you are in the danger zone and your entire financial structure is under stress whether you feel it yet or not. That's the 28-36 rule, not a suggestion, a warning light. If your car payment is above $400 per month, you are financing someone else's wealth with your own future. Full stop. Step 3, automate the wealth engine. This is the step where the magic actually happens. And the magic is boring. That's the point. Open a brokerage account if you don't already have one. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. It does not matter which one as long as it's reputable and offers low-cost index funds. Max out your 401 at minimum to the employer match. That's a 50% to 100% instant return on your money that no other investment on the planet can match. If you have a high deductible health plan, max your HSA. It's the only triple tax advantaged account that exists, and most people are leaving it completely untouched. Then set up automatic monthly transfers into a low-cost S&P 500 or total market index fund. Pick an amount, automate it. And then, this is critical, do not look at it every day. The 8-4-3 rule only works if you let it work. Every time you panic sell during a downturn, you are not protecting yourself, you are destroying the engine. A 3-cent expense ratio versus an 82-cent expense ratio doesn't sound like much. Over a 30-year career with $500,000 in investments, that difference is over $200,000. Choose boring, choose cheap, choose consistency. Step 4, defend your savings rate like your future depends on it, because it does. Every time you get a raise, a bonus, a tax refund, a windfall, the default human instinct is to upgrade your lifestyle to match. This instinct is the enemy of wealth. It is lifestyle creep in real time. It is the reason the average American will earn $2.7 million over their working lifetime and retire with $87,000. Here is your rule. Whenever your income goes up, Route at least 50% of the increase directly to savings and investments before it hits your checking account. You cannot spend what you never see. Make the decision once, automate it, and let friction do the work. The goal is to increase your savings rate, the percentage of your take-home income that goes to savings and investments, by at least 1% every 6 months. If you're currently saving 5%, get to 6%, then 7%, then 10%. The savings rate is the single most powerful lever in your financial life. More than your investment returns, more than your salary, more than any financial product anyone will ever try to sell you. The choice is yours. The $10,000 mistake almost everyone makes isn't dramatic. It doesn't happen in a single catastrophic moment. It happens in 1,000 small, reasonable-seeming decisions made by someone who has never shown the math. The car payment that wasn't that bad. The restaurant habit that wasn't really a big deal. The raise that somehow didn't move the needle. The emergency fund that existed in theory, but never in practice. The 401k rollover that got postponed for 4 years. Each decision feels minor. The compound effect is devastating, but here is what I need you to understand, and I mean this without any dramatic flair whatsoever. This is just math. Every single month you continue making the $10,000 mistake costs you approximately $833 in direct spending, plus somewhere between $4,000 and $8,000 in future. Compounded wealth. You are not just losing money this month, you are trading your future security, your freedom, your options, and your peace of mind for the feeling of normalcy. Normal is expensive. Different builds wealth. The person sitting in the same financial position 5 years from now will be the person who chose comfort over clarity today. The person who looks back 5 years from now with a growing emergency fund, an automated wealth engine humming in the background, and an investment portfolio that's quietly becoming something real. That person is the one who decided today that the unsexy math mattered more than the socially acceptable story. You've seen the math now, you can't unsee it. The choice is entirely yours, and you're making it right now. Whether you feel like you are or not, every day you delay is a vote against your future self. Every dollar you redirect is a vote for it. Your future self will thank you. Start today.